into Group E, we see Belgium kick off their Euro 2024 campaign up against Slovakia, of course. Can the Eastern nation get off to a fantastic start and cause a bit of an upset? Or will the Belgians make it business as usual? Take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview video today over in Euro 2024. We are looking forward to Belgium locking horns up against Slovakia, of course. Who will get off to the best possible start, of course, or who will get off to absolute whopper? We'll get into all of that and more in a second, of course. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, and if you are new, where have you been? Smash that subscribe, boys and girls. We are trying to get also the like counter up to 50 likes, so please like this content if you like Belgium, if you like Slovakia, or if you just like European Euro 2024 content. It's all here, and it does wonders for the old algorithm. We are trying to get up to the old big fat 50. Can we do it? It's all down to you. So let's take a look then, shall we, at the next game coming at you over in Group E. It is Belgium, it is Slovakia, and of course Belgium coming at you as Group F winners. That's right, they secured their spot here in Euro 2024 on the 13th of October 2023. They've been here 6 times in the past. Dominic Tedesco is your manager there, of course, formerly of RB Leipzig. The star man still pulling the strings, and of course should be in everybody's fantasy team is Kevin De Bruyne. That's right, they are in, of course, Group E alongside their opponents today, Slovakia. We'll talk about them shortly. 5-2 on to win this group. 21 to qualify as, within the top 2 or even a third place finish. And to win the thing, 14-1 to go the distance. Of course, quarter-final prediction is where I think Belgium will end up this campaign. And of course, as you look at their resume, it looks a little like this. They do take on today's opponents on the 17th of June, which is a Monday. Of course, then they take on Romania on the 22nd of June. That's match number 2 for them. And then they'll complete it against Ukraine at 26th of June. But they could already be qualified by that point, of course. Let's take a look at some familiar names for the Belgians right here, right now. As you can see, goalkeepers, I've got Casteels, Kaminski, and Matt Sells in amongst it, and then we have some familiar faces at the back for Tongan, still kicking the ball about. Axel Wetzel still now seen as a centre back as well. De Bruyne, we mentioned him already. We got Premier League based Tielemans, of course exciting youngster Doku up top alongside familiar faces Lukaku and Trossard. Those are some of the names. What about, of course, my starting 11 then? Well, let's have a look at that then in all its glory. This is what I've gone for Belgium. I'm going with the 4-3-3 of some sorts. Casteels between the sticks. We've got Tieta on the left-hand side. We've got Castagna on the right. We've got Witzel and Vertonghen. Then we have a 3-man midfielder, De Bruyne, Onana, and Mangala, with Doku on the left, Trossard on the right, and Lukaku down the middle. That's my take on this team. What about your predictions for the Belgians? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. We're going to kick on forward now and take a little look at Slovakia, of course, coming into this Euros. And they qualified as Group J runners-up. They secured their spot on the 16th of November 2023. They've been here 5 times in the past in all recognised shapes and sizes. And of course, they are managed by Francesco Calzona, their star man, Milan Skriniar at the back, of course, a master man at the back, a wise old head as well, and captain to the side. They are in Group E alongside Belgium, and they are 10-1 to win the group, with 11-10 on to qualify, 500-1 to win the whole thing. But my prediction, unfortunately, is a group stage exit at this stage, of course. Get a point here, and then you just don't know, of course. There's fine lines between qualification and failure, and I think Slovakia can cause a couple of problems in this group, which of course does include Belgium. It does include Romania and Ukraine as well. Slovakia lock horns Belgium. We're talking about it right now, 17th of June. That's a Monday. Then they take on Ukraine on the 21st of June, and they'll wrap up the three-peat when all 4 teams are in action at the same time, June 26th. Of course, when they take on Romania. Of course, let's take a look at that squad that I mentioned so far. Key faces in here. Dubravka at the back there. Skriniar, we already mentioned, of course. Into midfield, the likes of Duda. And, of course, up top, we've got the likes of Harsalan, David Budis as well, Broznic. So there's some familiar names that we may have recognised from previous tournaments. But how on earth do you build a starting 11? Well, we're going to do it right here, right now, guys. And this is my starting 11. We've got Martin Dubravka between the sticks Peter Pekarik, Milan Skriniar, David Hanko, Denis Vavro make up a back four. Then, of course, we're going to go with a three-man midfield of Duda, Rojovski, Lobotka, and then up top we've got Brozanic, Haraslan, and Duris, the guys I did mention earlier. And that is, of course, my starting 11. What do you think about that? Do you think it's good enough to get something out of this game? Well, it's going to be a tough old game, of course, up against Belgium. So let's talk about it right here, right now, as we enter the, of course, coming days. It takes place at the Deutsche Bank Park. That's right. It's coming at you on the 17th of June. Belgium with Tedesco in the dugout. Coming into this, their form has picked up since this graphic was grabbed. They're up to 83% form for them right now. They have won 4 of the last 6. And they come into this haven't lost in the last 15 matches, of course. Their record against Slovakia is, of course, they played them twice, picked up a win and a draw. As for the Slovakians, they come into this also on increased form. They're now on 75% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 6, picked up a couple of wins in their pre-tournament matches, of course. Now, the previous encounter between these two sides, you've got to stretch back at least more than 10 years when Belgium picked up a 2-1 win over Slovakia way back in February 2013. Of course, heading into this, of course, Belgium picked up a couple of wins against Montenegro, 2-0 win there, and then they followed that with a 3-0 demolition job of Luxembourg to make it back-to-back wins. And now, I'm looking at it right here, right now, they have got 5 clean sheets of the last 6. The only game where they conceded a couple of goals was against England. Now, if you flip over to the likes of Slovakia, they come into this on back-to-back 4-0 wins. They picked up a 4-0 win over San Marino. That's of course a piece of cake, a bit of formality, but they then follow that up with a big 4-0 win over Wales, of course, to show just where they are in the grand scheme of things of European football. So back-to-back clean sheets for them heading into this, and quite a nice handful of goals. Let's take a look then at, of course, the bookies odds. Now, the bookies odds may have changed slightly from the graphic. I'm going to look at it right now. I've got 25 to 12 on for Belgium for the victory on this one. We've got 3-1, which of course is the draw. 6-1 is your long shots, and of course has that changed a little bit? Yeah, 9-4 on now for Belgium. 7-2 is the draw. 6-1 is your long shots. Of course, Slovakia, that has not changed. That was the bookies. This is the fans' opinion. Of course, the public vote is out there. 91% have gone with Belgium on this one. 6% gone with Slovakia, and 3% have gone with the draw. What about me then? Well, let me think about this one. Of course, now Belgium, they come into this, and I do look at that score. There are a couple of key individuals still playing at their peak, but there are a couple of players maybe playing a tournament too many. Especially when you look at Vertonghen at the back. Is he really the main man for their centre of defence? And Alex Witsel, a great player on his day, but you know, he's not. He was never born and bred as a centre back, according to my knowledge. And they also got Lukaku up top. Now, where does he rank in the current grand scheme of things as strikers of the world? So I've got my reservations about Belgium. They should have enough quality to beat this Slovakia side, who of course are going to be relying on teamwork and of course, hard working shift. They might get a draw out of this, but unfortunately, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the Belgians, which of course will set them up nicely for their start to the Group E run of games, of course. And Slovakia will have to do some hard work in the next couple of games. But guess what, Slovakia? This is your hardest game you're going to have to play. The other two, are much more winnable and much more doable. So let's put that into your focus there. But anyway, that's it. Subscribe, smash the like. Of course, get the likes up here, up to 50 if we can get so. I'll see you soon whenever we return for the next one.